God, we welcome the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of you, the Father of glory. We want the glory to be manifested to us and through us and around us everywhere we go, so that the whole earth will be full of the knowledge of the glory, to release that revelation knowledge through experience. We thank you for the knowledge of the glory, revelation knowledge, and the spirit of wisdom to know how to apply that knowledge and release it to others. You want to know how to release the glory? Get in the glory, and then it'll expose a lot of darkness around you, and people will criticize you and persecute you, and then throughout slander your name as evil. And then once all that's done, you just keep on going from glory to glory. You don't even really pay attention to what the people are saying, because it might distract you from what the King of Glory is saying. Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus, who he was, who he is. He had all these opinions of what Jesus is like, and those opinions were just not enough. You got to know Jesus for who he really is. So he ran through the press of people, opinions of man, the doctrines of demons, all the Pharisees, Sadducees, Hindus, Muslims, Baptists, Pentecost, all these people who think they know Jesus. He ran through the press, climbed up into a sycamore tree. Sycamore tree is symbolic of the cross. Cursed is any man who is hung on a cross, Galatians says. So he's on this cross, symbolically waiting for Jesus, because he was to pass that way. And then when Jesus gets there, he looks up to Zacchaeus and says, Zacchaeus, calls him by name, come down, for today I must abide at your house. I must have the abiding glory in your house, because you waited for me in expectation, and you ran through the opinions of men, and you wanted to see me, who you were, for yourself. So these are the keys of the kingdom. Get past the opinions of man, run right through them in expectation to meet Jesus where he said he'll meet you. If you die with Christ, he'll raise you up in glory. And so you know what? He came down, he heard the voice of God. Come on, you want to hear the voice of God? Go wait for him in expectancy. And he'll call your name with his voice, call you by name. And then once you hear his voice, follow that voice. And he came down and he stood with Jesus. And you know what the people around him were saying? This man's gone to be again. He's a sinner. This man is a sinner. They're just condemning Zacchaeus for standing with Jesus. Nothing new under the sun. People are going to condemn you for standing with Jesus because they're religious, clueless. Zacchaeus didn't turn to them and start, screaming at them and saying, hey man, this is Jesus, don't you got... You know what he did? He turned away. He was standing there talking with Jesus, and he said to Jesus, the half of my goods, if I've frauded anyone, I want to restore them fourfold. I want to make everything right. What was happening? Just by standing there in the glory with Jesus, with the abiding presence of God, he was taking on the nature of God, which is the image of God, which is what we first had in the beginning, the glory. We walked in the glory. Adam lost it. And this is a parabolic picture of how to get it back. Standing with Jesus, ignoring the pointing fault, the fault finders, because you're standing with Jesus, and that's what they wanted. But they couldn't have it because they wanted him in a special way. They wanted him in their synagogues and controlled underneath them so that they give the commands. But that's not the way it works. He's Lord. He's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And so he stood there talking with Jesus. He was taking on the image of God. And Jesus rejoiced. There was joy. He received him joyfully. Go look it up. It's in Luke, I believe, chapter 19. If you want the abiding presence and the glory of God, the presence of Jesus and the voice of the Lord, get past the opinions of man and expectation to receive his voice, that he's going to come that way and meet with you personally to you, so you can personally experience God and be changed into his image. If you're entertaining all the Pharisees and Sadducees and all the people who have an opinion about him, you'll probably take on their image. And you'll just be like the press, blocking other people from entering the kingdom. You don't want to do that. You want to stand in the manifest presence of God and then take a seat. Rest in the glory. Mary chose that which was better. She sat and listened to him. She sat at his feet. While Martha was running around trying to do things for him, Mary chose that which was better. She sat at the feet of Jesus. She was always at his feet. She wiped his feet with her hair as she poured perfume on it to anoint him for his burial, weeping over him. That love being poured out. Express your love to Jesus. And don't be a Pharisee and condemn other people for doing it. And then you'll take on his nature when you're in his manifest presence. Alright? Have a drink. Drink you. Father, we drink the blood of Jesus. We drink the river of life. We drink the honey glory. I speak to the rock. Give forth your waters. You said, if you would have just opened up your mouth, I would have poured out honey from the rock. So I can taste and see that you are good. Jesus is good. Taste him, you'll see.